My drill press has a maximum depth of about 3.5 inches. So that's the deepest hole I can drill. I mean, this drill bit is almost 6 inches long, but the drill press itself can only move 3.5 inches. So I've been working on some floating shelves for a friend of mine, and I haven't been filming it because, you know, he's a friend. I don't want to bother with the filming, and really, it's just a couple of hunks of wood that I've smoothed and finished. But the way we're mounting these is we got some rebar that are mounted in studs in his kitchen, and those stick out 8 inches. So I need to make an 8-inch hole. I needed to make an 8-inch hole in these shelves, and I've done it. And I want to show you how I've done it because it basically took like 20 minutes per hole in order to drill an accurate 8-inch deep hole when my drill press only goes 3.5. I have this cut off chunk from the end of the shelf, and I use that when practicing, and I'll use that to demonstrate my method. This is the bit that I had in the drill press earlier. It is a 6-inch long brad point bit. It's 5/8 of an inch in diameter. I've owned it for years. I bought it at Lee Valley a long time ago for another purpose. Beginning to get a little dull now. So I knew this one wasn't long enough, so I went to Lee Valley looking for longer bits that, you know, weren't going to break the bank. And I found this auger bit, also 5/8 inch diameter. Generally meant for construction, softwood, but they do say that it will work on hardwood. It has, because it's meant for softwood, it has this threaded lead screw in the middle, and that's probably going to get burned out and dull by putting it through hardwood. That's what they warned me about. So I'm going to start on the drill press with the 6-inch long bit installed. We got the speed set to 500 RPM. Now the shelf is quite tall, so crank down the drill press table. And then it's always very important to make sure I lock the drill press table down with the clamp so that it doesn't move. My workpiece is 10 inches tall, but my drill press fence is rather short, so I need these supplemental right angle clamps that I have, and I'm to clamp the workpiece securely in position because we really don't want it to move. Now the actual shelves are like 34 inches long, so I would use 2 sets of clamps to make sure they are very solidly attached. There we go. So with all that prep work done, I'm now ready for my first drilling operation. So as I mentioned earlier, the bit's a bit old, so it was a bit dull, so I had to be careful not to push too hard, and even so, it came close many times. I had to move the drill bit in and out regularly to clear the chips from the hole. So that's it. 3.5 inches, that's all you can get with a drill press. So, but I want it deeper, so I'm going to leave everything clamped as it is and loosen the table and raise the table up so the drill bit is actually embedded. So now I've loosened the clamp, and then I will crank the table up and trying to get the drill bit to go into the hole of the workpiece. And I'm just going to crank it up probably 3 inches or so. And yeah, it's a bit fiddly, but with you raise the table with the bit engaged, you want to make sure everything is in the right spot, and then again clamp it down, clamp the table down, and then we're going to go ahead. And now it's going to get squeaky probably. The squealing is because of all the friction with the drill bit against the side of the workpiece. And with all that extra friction, the drill bit would stop even easier. I mean, again, maybe I need to get a sharper drill bit, but I'm not even sure that would have made a much difference. I just had to go really slow, keep backing it up. Every now and then I just sort of would jiggle it up and down a bit to try to get some chips to come out of the hole to where the vacuum can suck them out of there, because, you know, that increases friction also. And now we need to get the workpiece off, so we loosen the clamp, lower the table so that the workpiece drops below the drill bit, and now we can unclamp it. That's drilling operation number 2 completed, and we're done with the drill press. So how successful were we? Let's drop a pencil in. We go that deep. We go that deep. So we are at 5 inches, but we need 3 more. Now I could go back to the drill press a third time. I could chuck this big long bit in there, and I could try lining it up with the hole and get it into the hole and get everything clamped in position, but that's way too much work because the 5-inch hole that we've drilled is enough to guide this and keep it perpendicular and true. So the first time I was practicing, I grabbed my new auger bit, chucked it up in my drill, and I stuck it in the workpiece, and it just completely stalled. The issue is that this threaded lead screw that is here on the drill bit went into the hardwood and it just jammed. It wouldn't go anywhere. So I needed to find a way to clear a spot so that this lead screw would not get jammed, and then the rest of the drill bit could do the actual cutting. So I needed to get like a smaller hole first, but I mean, I certainly do not have an 18-inch long 1/4-inch drill bit. Now it just so happened I had this bit extender kit. This is like meant for, again, for rough carpentry work when you really need to lengthen a drill bit. And so I took a 1/4-inch drill bit and I mounted it in there. The way these work is you fit a drill bit in the hole and then you tighten these set screws. And the set screws stick out, so they were banging on the side of the hole. So on this one, I took it over to my belt sander and I just ground down the set screws so that they would not. Now even so, I found that this wiggled a bit. You can just see it. It's not perfect. But again, this third drilling operation is really just to clear a way for this lead screw not to get jammed. Now you notice me pulling up and down there on the drill bit. I learned to take it very, very gently, because the first time I tried this, I lost the drill bit. It got jammed in the hole and the set screws had come loose, and so then I was stuck with a drill bit buried deep inside the workpiece. Luckily, it was a practice piece. I took some video for Instagram, which I'll throw up here. Can you see that little glint of silver down there? My drill bit is down here, embedded. And it ain't coming out. So that's drilling operation number 3. Now let's go for the last one. To get the depth that we need, I pretty much have to bury the drill bit right up to there. You want to drill slowly and make sure that we pull it back every now and then to clear the chips. And even so, I did find it would jam every now and then, and I would just have to get it out. And yeah, it squeals again, all that friction. Ooh. All right, ear protection. All right. And there we go. So yeah, that did not look pleasant, that last little bit. It's maybe a more powerful drill, but this is a 20-volt drill. This is from Canadian Tire. It's a house brand here in Canada. It's probably similar to the DeWalt's or the Milwaukee's in power. I don't know, perhaps a more powerful drill would have done a better job, but you were supposed to drill slow, and there's just, again, with an 8-inch hole, that is a whole ton of friction there on the side. Got my 8-inch hole. So that's drilling operation number 4. Is there a better way to do it? Possibly. This is the way I managed to make it work with the tools that I have in the shop that I have in the time frame that I had. Thanks for stopping by. See you next time.